Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am finally giving you guys the video I've been promising y'all. This formula took me forever and a day to come up with or even come close to this. But we are going to be starting off with our oil face. I like to start off with my oil face so I could get everything melted. But we are going to go in with some shea butter. This is unrefined shea butter, and we know shea butter has tons of benefits. It helps regenerate the skin cells. It creates a barrier on a skin, making it occlusive. It has tons of vitamin E. It's softening, it's moisturizing. We just love some shea butter, okay? For my oil of choice, I only wanted to use one oil just for testing purposes, but I am going in with olive oil, and that's also regenerating. It's well absorbed into the skin. It matches our skin sebum, so it penetrates our skin fairly quickly. That has lots more benefits where that came from as well. And for my emulsifier, I am going in with Lotion Pro 165 because it can emulsify high volumes of oils. And after that, I will be going in with my polysorbate 80 that also helps emulsify the oils and bring the oil and water together. So it's kind of like a co-emulsifier. And that will be it for my oil phase. So moving on to our water phase. So for our water phase, we're going to be starting off with glycerin. And in that glycerin, we are going to be adding our xanthan gum, and that helps stabilize emulsions as well. And it's going to be a thickener and help like jellify our scrub to get that certain texture that I'm aiming for. Kind of like tree hut scrub. That's basically what I'm trying to mimic here. But it's kind of tough. It's pretty tough. But with my own ingredients somewhat. So we're mixing the glycerin and the xanthan gum to make it easier on us, because if we add it straight to the water or the water straight to the xanthan gum, it's going to be quite clumpy and kind of a bit more messy to dissolve, and it's going to be a little bit tougher for us. So I'm going to do this first, and then I add the water once I have it dissolved in the glycerin as much as possible. And as soon as you add the water, you should be able to see it start thickening, and you should see a thicker viscosity and see it gelling up. All right, so after a hot water bath to get them at the same temperature and to melt the oil phase, we're just going to be combining the two phases together so we could blend everything and hopefully make a luxurious scrub. Okay, you guys, don't do what I did and use a mini mixer or a milk frother to do this, because you need a high shear blending, which is a stick blender or something like that. But don't do this. I tried to be cute and aesthetically pleasing for the video, but I drastically failed. So yeah, in a minute you guys will see me switch over to my stick blender, which is what was needed in the first place. As you guys could see with this viscosity, it's kind of like a tacky, sticky viscosity. I don't know how it feel. I'm pretty sure it didn't feel like that, but as you could visually see it, you would think it's tacky and sticky. But yeah, the texture is pretty nice. It's kind of what I was aiming for. I'm assuming that's what you would get if you use a lot of glycerin and xanthan gum together. So this is the base of the scrub. I just wanted to give you guys a good visual of the texture of it. So moving on to my cool down phase, I will be using Optifin as my preservative. For my fragrance oil of choice, I will be using this Moroccan mint from Brambleberry. I love me a good minty scrub. I'm addicted to them, so this is going to be my choice. And for a little pizzazz, I am going in with some colorant. I got this from Amazon forever ago, so if I could find it in my orders, I'll link it down just in case somebody want to use these to start off with. But yeah, I personally probably wouldn't use them for my business. I don't know. I may continue just to use them for my YouTube channel. Once I added the cool down phase, it did thin out my formulation just a little bit. It's nothing to worry about because the sugar is going to add some body and volume back to it. And here is the texture after adding the sugar that called for my formulation recipe. But I knew I knew the water and possibly the glycerin was going to dissolve most of it, if not all. So I usually like to go in and add exfoliant that's not soluble in water. And I like to go in, let that settle, and add some more sugar on top of that. I I'm still in a learning process of making body scrubs with water in it where the sugar won't get dissolved in the formulation as a whole, because I am testing some out right now to see how long sugar will hold up in a recipe like this. And you know, it's a lot of work. Y'all know I be wanting to do ASMR so bad in my videos, but when I decide to do it, I just realize me breathing so heavily. Like, oh my gosh, I need to work out so I can start doing ASMR videos. Because every time I try to, I just hear myself breathing. I'll be like, oh no, nobody wants to hear that. But you guys, I love this formulation and how it came out so much, but it's just one problem, and I'm scared that I didn't add enough emulsifying wax. In my next testing, I do want to try that because I don't want to give you guys an unstable formulation, but I am going to put it on a screen anyway so you guys could tweak it yourselves. You see the little, something's floating around. I don't know if it's oils or I don't know if it's glycerin. So we're going to try to tweak that later on. And this is after I added sugar. This is after I've added more sugar. As you can see, it's still a little bit floating at the top towards the right. And I blended it with my stick blender. This is how the texture came out. So I may have to get back to you guys, but I did do a previous formulation, but in my opinion, it was just too stiff. It's coming up on the screen right here. Just let me know down in the comments below if you guys would like to see something like this. It's like I'm in between. I'm 50-50 about this. I like it and I don't like it. It's not loose enough for me, but it's kind of like a cookie dough texture. I could look at there. I could roll it up in a ball, but it's not too bad, honestly. It's just, I don't know. I was trying to get more like a tree hut sugar scrub going on, you know. But that's it for today's video, you guys. Be sure to give me some feedback on this video, like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.